coached by Greg Post, assisted by Gail Cornelius, Jesse Tobes, and Kayla Macy. Jackson is coached by Mindy Staudinger, assisted by Bryce Carnascio. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and move your
VideoFide creates the ultimate outdoor protection system on batteries. The OMV is a totally wireless detector camera that can be installed anywhere without wires or power cables. When the motion sensor detects an intruder, the OMV sends video alerts of what caused the alarm to a central station for immediate review and dispatch. VideoFide delivers faster police response and protects remote assets by helping law enforcement catch the bad guy.
Hello, volleyball fans, and welcome to wherever you are. We're STSPN.com, and we're here at Henry M. Jackson High School, where the Timberwolves are going to face off against the Kamiak Knights in a Wesco 4A, getting down into the home stretch kind of battle here. Hard to say that there would be any sort of playoff implications from this match. Looks like both teams will comfortably qualify for the district playoffs. But definitely some momentum shifts and position seeding going on here this evening. The visiting Kamiak Knights coming in a little bit of a late start. Apparently they had some bus issues, maybe a little discombobulated coming into this match, but they're looking for revenge. Jackson went into Kamiak early in the season, handed them a 4-set loss that Kamiak will be looking to get back at the Timberwolves for. Jackson has been a little rocky lately. Rough run of results through the middle of the season here. They're looking to right the ship, trying to get a big momentum shift as they start to gear up and get ready for the playoffs that are just about a week and a half away. I'm Matty Bishop. I'll be bringing you the call tonight. Alongside me is Todd Elvick, our fearless producer, who's bringing you all this volleyball this year. Make sure that if you want to get some volleyball coverage in the playoffs, we need to get in touch. Your booster club needs to get in touch with STSPN.com to work on making that happen. We can do some playoff volleyball broadcasts, but we gotta start working on it now. So check out STSPN.com, get in touch with Todd, and we will start thinking about the playoffs. But first, Taylor Eastwood, junior setter for the Jackson Timberwolves, at the service line. Taylor not so much at the service line. Apparently Kamiak's going to serve to start this match. Some confusion right out of the gates, and that is Miss Sam Gregory at the service line. Junior setter for the Knights. Ciara Cho with the big swing, dug by Haley Gilbert. Gregory outside for the captain, Katie Pedersen, and she puts that one away early for Kamiak. Little different look for Jackson as senior libero Samantha Horton is out this evening. That means that Lauren Atwood slides in. This junior, number 13, slides into that libero spot for the T-Wolves. She's been very good this year as a server and defensive specialist. Ciara Cho with a big swing. Gregory can't get down under it, and both teams exchange nice swings from their outside hitter. Pedersen from the left side, Cho swinging from the right side there. Into the match, Corinne Leone for Jackson. She will serve and play defensive specialist. Gilbert pops this one up. Gregory runs it down. Free ball coming. Pedersen sends it over. Popped up by Doffelmeyer. Eastwood barely controls. Leone can't get it back over, and just a little confusion as Millie Doffelmeyer steps up to take that ball and throws off the rhythm just a touch. A lot of times that easy one, you want to let your defensive player step in, make that play, let that middle blocker especially worry about the hit. Katie Pedersen, there's Atwood. Ooh, that's a beautiful pass and a nice swing for Doffelmeyer. And holy smokes, Lauren Atwood with a great pass right out of the gates. If we can run our offense from there all night, Jackson's going to be really happy. Proverbial we, of course. Millie Doffelmeyer at the service line for the Timberwolves. Gilbert. Gregory, nice job getting her hands on that one. Lizzie Headland, beautiful dig there from Haley Nelson. Ball comes right back to her. She swings over the top, dig from Gregory. Or Gilbert, pardon me. Gregory with the set. Pedersen, nice dig in the back from Doffelmeyer. Alex Crittenden from the right side. Little roll shot over the top of the block, drops right behind him, and the senior, beautiful first kill of the night for her. 5'11" senior outside hitter Alex Crittenden also carries a 3.8 or better GPA. Doffelmeyer from the service line. Gilbert. Jankakowski brings it back. Pedersen sends a free ball. Doffelmeyer. Eastwood. Crittenden again. This time she swings through the block pair of kills from the senior. Last time we were here was Glacier Peak, who put Big Lauren Sanders on the right side, and the outside hitters for Jackson had a difficult time making the adjustment. Not so much tonight. The outside hitters for Jackson, Cho and Crittenden, off to a very good start. Bringing that ball back in, Hannah Canute. Canute, I'm not sure. Sorry, Hannah. Beautiful up by Katie Pedersen. Leads to a free ball sent over by Gilbert Doffelmeyer. Pedersen this time a little easier pass. Back set for Jankakowski. Great dig from Leone. Bump set from Crittenden. Right side looking for Nelson. Dug by Pedersen. Gregory in the middle. Gilbert sends the free ball. Doffelmeyer. Eastwood super tight, and that's a double contact as she tries to control it. Difficult ball to play for Eastwood. Bring Lizzie Headland back to serve for the Knights. And, man, we've had a lot of volleyball for 4-3 here. Late start and big rallies, and it could be a very long evening here at Jackson High School. Crittenden with the pass, quick in the middle, and that's Lauren Dimmelin who crushes. Hands if you're a hitter. Back to the service line for Kamiak, Hannah Knute. Atwood shanks that one, and an ace for Knute. Float serve right at Atwood. Perfect pass. Outside now. There's Cho. Beautiful dig by Jankakowski. Gilbert brings it back. Pedersen sends the free ball. Skibble plays that one up. Nice dig on the other side from Canute. There's Gray. Quick out the outside for Pedersen, and she catches the hands of Skibble on the way through. She just slaps that ball down the line, and the sophomore, Olivia Skibble, couldn't decide if that was going to be in or out. Reaches out and touches it, and that's a point for the Knights. Some beautiful defense on display early here. Canute continues to serve. Cho. Atwood runs it down. Crittenden sends a free ball. Canute. Gray. Ooh, little off time on the jump set there. As you can see, she was almost back on the ground by the time that ball got to her hands. It threw off her rhythm. Ended up in a double contact, and that means Lauren Atwood, the lefty libero, gets to serve for Jackson. Wearing that opposite colored uniform. Why, you ask? Libero is a defensive specialist allowed to go in and out of the match without using a substitution. She cannot play in the front row, and she cannot set using finger action in front of the 10-foot line for a hitter out of the front row. Haley Gilbert doing the same role for the Knights. Perfect pass from Crittenden to Eastwood, and the slide, and that's Millie Doffelmeyer, the senior, pushes that ball down inside the hands of the Kamiak block and gets the point. We saw her using that against Monroe just a couple weeks ago with some effect. And Doffelmeyer coming back around to that right pin behind her setter. A great option for Jackson to have. Eastwood comes to the back row now. Serve, roll shot over the top from Pedersen. Eastwood bumps it outside for Cho, pounds it off the tape, and Sage Gray didn't quite know where it was. Nobody could find it, and it drops. Point for Jackson. Back to the service line again is Eastwood. She's been very good this year. Her first year of varsity, she's a starting setter. Wouldn't know it by looking at her. She's had a very, very good season. Sam Gregory, comes into the match for Sage Gray. Gregory will serve and set for the Knights. She's got Yankakowski, Headland, and Pedersen in the front row. Cho pops this one up, run down by Atwood. Free ball from Doffelmeyer. Gilbert. Gregory quick for Headland. Pedersen goes up and plays the overfeed down into a hole. Hitters oftentimes will get tempted to swing at that ball, which is about a 50-50, whether it's an error or a point. Pedersen with a really intelligent play. She just goes up, pokes it into a hole in the defense, and gets the easy kill. They all look the same on the score sheet. Atwood, perfect pass for Eastwood, quick in the middle. Doffelmeyer tips it over, dug by Pedersen. Gregory back for Pedersen, dig by Cho. Eastwood. Cho over the top, and it was going to drop. Caitlin Kuntz played it. Haley Gilbert let it go. It was going to find the end line. And a nice swing and a nice kill from Ciara Cho. And it's about as even as you can get here through the first 20 points. Tied at 10. Back and forth affair. Lots of defense, long rallies. Great, great volleyball on display. And a beautiful serve from Corinne Leon. A little bit more than Haley Gilbert could handle on that one. Sometimes a passer will get really stuck and get caught with that ball right between your shoulders. Is really difficult. You can't get your body out of the way to get your platform on it. The hands don't work very well from down there. The platform works great from there, though, for Gilbert. And it's Yankakowski. Beautiful dig by Eastwood. Bump set from Atwood. Sent back by Nelson. Gilbert. Gregory. Right side Yankakowski again. Dig by Eastwood again. Crittenden sends a free ball. Gilbert. Gregory. Quick in the middle for Headland. The block is there. Dig by Gilbert. Picked up by Headland off her hands. Pedersen rolls it over the top. Gets a piece of the block, and it finds a floor. And Haley Gilbert, if she could get credit for points, she would get that one. She did a beautiful job of picking that ball up off the block, keeping the play alive. Lizzie Headland turns around, shows off the hands a little bit, and Katie Pedersen with a smart shot to finish it. Atwood to Eastwood, outside to Crittenden, dig by Gilbert. Gregory, bump set, Headland sends the free ball. Atwood now. Eastwood, right side for Nelson, off the block, and Gregory can't get under it. That ball changes direction. Big swing from Nelson as she swings hard through that block. Could see the defenders leading towards where the hardest driven ball was going. The deflection didn't have quite enough time to react to it, and that brings Millie Doffelmeyer back to serve. Gilbert gets under it but can't control it, and the senior Doffelmeyer with an ace. Jackson gets the first little piece of separation we've seen in a while at 13-11. Very evenly played, very entertaining volleyball match. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are here on STSPN.com. Perfect pass from Gilbert. Beautiful set from Gregory. It's Canute who pushes that ball up over the top. The timing was just off. Gregory did a nice job of getting her hands on that one, popping it straight up. Beautiful, no spin at all. She struggled a little earlier in the season, but that's the kind of set we like to see out of Sam Gregory. Doffelmeyer continues to serve. Canute tight. Gregory again. This one a little overset. Dug by Pedersen. Net violation called. Looks like it was called against Canute. Timeout coming for the Kamiak Knights. We got a good one going here, folks. Stick with us. Timeout real quick on STSPN.com. Welcome back inside Jackson High School, where the Timberwolves starting to push a little bit of separation here early in set one. Well, about the midway point in set one, to be honest. Coming into crunch time, Jackson been on a little bit of a slide lately. They're looking to get their momentum going. Man, it looks like they got some of their mojo back here tonight. Millie Doffelmeyer at the service line staying aggressive. The Jackson hitters and specifically Taylor Eastwood running around a very balanced offense. The setter, Eastwood, working the ball to all of her hitters, making them all look good. Difficult for me to find one to pick on. Nice job, Taylor. Doffelmeyer with the serve. Oh, run down by Jankakowski. Free ball from Gilbert. Doffelmeyer with the pass. Dimmelin just touches it over the top. And when you're taller than everybody else up there with you, sometimes you just reach out and touch that ball right over the block, again into a hole. Nice play from the middle, Dimmelin, who also carries a 3.8 or better GPA. Junior for Jackson. Katie Pedersen, nice job by Gregory. Really tight set. Dimmelin's there. Picked up by the Kamiak defense. Jankakowski dig in the middle from Demulin, and that ball didn't come out quite right for Eastwood. She was trying to run really aggressive, really fast into the 31 for her middle, and just misfired a touch. Gets called for the double contact. That brings Lizzie Headland, senior middle hitter, to the service line for Kamiak. Crittenden. Ball's run down, picked up out of the net by Eastwood. Free ball, Knute. And a quick in the middle, not quite high enough for Flowers. She pushes it over, dig Atwood, Demulin, and she gets another one. Lauren Demulin, again, it wasn't perfect, but wow, it was pretty. She just reaches up, slaps it off the block. Kamiak can't contain it. Eastwood and Demulin doing some nice work there. Nelson checks out of the match. Olivia Skibble checks in to serve for Jackson. Gilbert, perfect pass for Gregory. Outside of the pin, Canute, and Hannah Canute. Holy smokes. Oh, and the net violation called on her follow-through, and that's unfortunate. The question becomes, was the ball on the ground before she touched the net? The answer, according to the officials, was no. Jacqueline Jankakowski takes a little bit less traditional, less big hammer route, rolls that ball right into the hole in the middle of the floor. Scores for the night. Sage Gray back in to set across the front row. She's got Flowers and Canute with her. Jankakowski with the float serve into the middle, Leon. Eastwood quick for Demmelin, and Pedersen can't handle it, and that ball was probably going to be out, but it may have gotten some fingers on the block on its way through. Difficult, fast play, fast read for a defender to make there, and Pedersen elects to play it, pops it up, but couldn't get it back into the court. Alex Crittenden with the serve for the T-Wolves, and Jackson controlling set number one. Canute, the big block of Eastwood and Demmelin, and it comes back off the chicken wing as Canute tries to pop that one back up. No dice, and another point for the T-Wolves. Gilbert. Gray, back set for Flowers. Dig Crittenden. Tight one. Eastwood does a nice job of playing that over. No double contact, no in the net. Nice play. And Canute goes up with her left hand, slaps that one into a hole in the middle of the court in Jackson. And the defenders were watching that right shoulder, looking at where she's going to go. And all of a sudden that left hand pops up. Nobody saw it coming. Very John Kessel-esque play there, getting up with your opposite hand, saving the ACL. You don't want to lean over with that right arm when the set's outside of you. That's where most of the ACL injuries happen. Hannah knows that. She goes up, makes a beautiful play with her left hand. Gilbert with the bump set for Pedersen, and that was going to drop in the corner. Atwood almost had it, but not quite. A great swing from Katie Pedersen, senior outside hitter for Kamiak. Knute at the service line. Kamiak not out of this one yet. They've got a little work to do. Pretty good crowd here at Jackson tonight. Canute's serve. Tough pass from Cho. Run down by Eastwood over the top and just out of play. No touch detected. Demmelin couldn't quite get that one in front of her. See that ball land just long. It's often a sign that that ball is right over top of the hitter's head when they make that swing. You want it just a smidge in front of your forehead so you can really hit that ball down into the opposing court. Canute overfeed into the antenna, and that ball's out of play. Hannah Canute picks on Olivia Skibble there a little bit. And a timeout coming for the Jackson Timberwolves as Kamiak getting their legs under him, making a little run here. We'll be right back on STSPN.com.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Huge shout out to Action Jackson Plumbing and all of our sponsors here at STSPN.com. It's nice as an announcer because I get to bask in a lot of the glory of what Todd and the rest of the STSPN.com crew do here. But, man, it means a lot to these athletes and the work that they put in to be recognized, to be able to see a really professional broadcast of their match means a huge amount to these athletes and the families that are out around the country watching matches that they wouldn't otherwise be able to see. Swing on the right side, Demlin, and that ball dealt with by Pedersen and Flowers. Nice job from the Kamiak block. Difficult to tell from my angle here. I couldn't see if that ball actually cleared the net or not, but either way, the block looked to have it covered, and suddenly Kamiak's crept back into this one under the excellent serving of Hannah Canute. Crittenden, that one's tight, dug out of the net by Eastwood. Free ball play from Atwood. Right side for, nice block. Good pickup there from Flowers. Swing from the setter, Gray. Eastwood outside now for Cho, up off the block, dig Eastwood. That's Skibble. Oh, and Ciara Cho just pushes it through the hands of Sage Gray and gets the much, much needed point for the Jackson Timberwolves to break the Kamiak run there. A little bit of an awkward play at the net. Was waiting to see if there'd be a net violation. A couple times it looked close, but didn't happen. Gilbert. Gray runs it down outside. Pedersen trying to deal with it while leaning over top of her coach, pirouetting on one foot, and for some reason that didn't quite work out for her. Jackson continues to serve. Atwood at the service line. Horton has been really good. Savannah Horton's been very good for Jackson this year, but haven't really noticed any drop-off with Lauren Atwood in there. Tough play. Pedersen somehow keeps that alive. Turns into an easy one for Jackson and a big kill for Ciara Cho. Nice swing there. Beautiful set. Calm, composed. The whole Jackson team was really calm, composed. Speaking of calm, composed, that's Kamiak head coach Greg Post calling a timeout. He's very calm and composed as well. Let's stay right here with this one for a minute. Talk a little bit about playoffs. Playoffs? Talking about playoffs. So we have opportunity to broadcast some playoff matches on STSPN.com. Here's what we need. These matches cost money. We have to pay broadcast fees to the district to get in there to do that. So what we need is some companies or some community support to help make that happen. So please get in touch with Todd, our producer. Very talented fellow who's had the curse of sitting here listening to me talk about volleyball all year. Get in touch with Todd, and let's talk about how we can make this happen. Find the contact information at stspn.com. If you really, 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 really want to talk to me, you can find my contact information at uprisingvolleyball.com. We will make great things happen. And we're back. Lauren Atwood at the service line. Jackson trying to put away set one here against the Kamiak Knights. They've got a nice lead. Atwood's been very good at the libero spot. Serve, Jankowski, run down by Gray. That's a nice set from Sage Gray and an even better dig from Quincy Flowers. And Sage Gray goes under the net, making the effort on that one. And the official's going to have a quick chat. So my eyes followed the ball. I didn't see the follow through of Greg. And the call now is going point Kamiak on a I have no idea what that hand signal was from the official. Sorry, folks. That does bring Haley Gilbert back to the service line to serve for the Kamiak Knights. There's Millie Doppelmayr. Nice dig from Jankowski. For Pedersen, off the hands of Gray. No touch detected. She misfires, and it's set point for the Jackson Timberwolves. The setter, Taylor Eastwood, coming to the service line. It's like she's got Nelson subbing into the front row along with Cho and Doppelmayr as her hitters. trying to take care of that in her own hands. Caitlin Kuntz with a beautiful up on that tape shot. Eastwood outside. Cho, big off the block, picked up by Eastwood. Nelson, nice back set from the outside hitter, Haley Nelson. Sage Gray tries the dump. Eastwood reads it. Bump set from Atwood. Nelson picked up beautifully off the block by Gilbert. Overfeed from Gray. Gilbert again. Gray now sets up Jankowski out of the back row. That ball's popped up off the block. Easy one for Crittenden. Eastwood, right side for Nelson. Dig Gilbert. In the middle, there's Headland. Oh, what a dig from Ciara Cho. Headland picks it back up. There's Gray again. Pedersen, hands off the block. Atwood keeps it up. Eastwood keeps it alive, and it falls on the Jackson side. And what a rally. That one had a little bit of everything, including the ball just sitting, waiting patiently on top of the net for Lizzie Headland to recover, get under it and dig it for Kamiak. Kamiak with the last gasp attempt to get back in set one here. Sam Gregory at the service line. Atwood, perfect pass for Eastwood. Quick in the middle for Doffelmeyer. And it's Millie Doffelmeyer who puts that one away. And the Jackson Timberwolves get set one. We'll be back here in just a few minutes on STSPN.com with some more great volleyball between Jackson and Kamiak. Coming up in about 2 minutes, everybody. See you then. Oh, well played set. Some really fun volleyball here as we get towards the end of the West Coast season. As we mentioned earlier, both these teams pretty much locked for the playoffs. I'm not sure that Jackson is mathematically there yet, but I really can't imagine things not working out for them to get in as one of the 6 teams that goes to district. It's all about momentum now. It's all about playing your best volleyball at the right time, and that's what these coaches are really, really tweaking and working on. There's another side to that. If you wanted to really overthink it, a very, very good chance that at some point in that district tournament, these two teams will face off against each other as they try and work their way towards the goal of going to state. So maybe you don't show all your cards tonight, but then again, momentum is huge, and you want to find what works and keep doing it. Corinne Leon starts us off for the T-Wolves. Jacqueline Jankowski, Sam Gregory, back set for Pedersen. That ball up off the block, and Haley Nelson can't pick it up. Doffelmeyer knows that she should have turned around and got that. That's a difficult play for a middle. That ball's up in the air over your head. You're not quite sure where it's at or who's charging in behind you. Pedersen with the serve for Kamiak. Perfect pass from Crittenden. Quick in the middle for Doffelmeyer. Beautiful dig, Gregory. Bump set from Hedlund. Easy for free ball right on the setter. Smart play by Pedersen. Crittenden pounds that ball through the block, and Gilbert can't get under it. So despite the fact that the setter Eastwood was taken out of the play by the savvy little free ball from Pedersen, Jackson gets the out-of-system swing and gets the point, and Doffelmeyer comes back to serve. Something we didn't see in the first set. I don't think we saw more than 1 or 2 service errors in the first set. It was very clean, very competitive, beautiful volleyball to watch. And that's what we have to say about that. Olivia Skibble will come in to serve for the Jackson Timberwolves. She is a sophomore. Plays middle and the right side. Her older sister Danny graduated last year. Katie Pedersen struggles with that one. Canute puts it up. Pedersen sends a free ball. Skibble overfeeds, out of play, and that's one that Jackson would like to have back. Sage Gray checks in. She'll set across the front row. A little bit bigger on the blocking element than Sam Gregory. Canute with the serve. She was very good from the service line for a stretch there in set 1, just not good enough to get him back into it. Crittenden off the block, dig by Canute. Gray pushes this ball outside for Jankowski. Nice dig from Pedersen as that ball comes back off the block, and somebody's got to deal with it. Nobody does, and that ball drops. Again, confusing play there. That ball comes off at 2 players. Little confusion as to who actually played it. There is a rule in the game for simultaneous contact. I'm not sure that would have applied. Here's a swing from the left side from Jankowski. She's been playing more on the right side. Ciara Cho, what a swing, and what a dig from Gilbert. Jankowski with all the heat takes a little off. Skibble and Atwood keep it alive. Kuntz into the middle off the Gray for Flowers, and Quincy Flowers gets the kill. And how about some defense tonight, everybody? It's going to be fun to watch, and both these teams coming up with some amazing plays. Jankowski, the junior, back at the service line. Crittenden, Eastwood, Cho, big reach over the top. Nice dig from Caitlin Kuntz. Sophomore defensive specialist. Quincy Flowers rolls that up. There's Eastwood, dug by Gilbert. Another dig, that one by Jankowski. Free ball from Pedersen. Skibble puts it up into the back row. Atwood off the left hand. Kuntz. Good pass for Sage Gray, and Katie Pedersen sends a punishing ball down the line. To her credit, Olivia Skibble didn't even flinch. Not sure what she dug that ball with. She didn't get the angle right. That's all that matters at the end, but that was some heat going down the line there from Pedersen. Atwood. Eastwood, right side, Dimlin misfires on that one, and Kamiak's on a roll here early in set 2. Jacqueline Jankowski at the service line. Atwood, good pass. Right side, Dimlin again over the top, dig Gilbert. Gray, quick, and her and Flowers weren't on the right page, but Pedersen somehow keeps it alive. Dimlin rolling deep corner, nice job by Kuntz. Gray runs it down. Puts it back over easy, but right onto the setter, Eastwood. Atwood with the bump set out of the back row. Cho off the block, dig Gilbert. Gray looking right side for Pedersen. Roll shot over the top, good dig from Cho. Eastwood runs it down, Crittenden out of the back row. Gilbert again. Gray, beautiful set for Pedersen. Looking for the cut shot, and Cho can't bring it back, and that drops right into the ball cart. Not worth 2 points, but extremely entertaining nonetheless. Beautiful play from Pedersen, and she just cuts that sharp angle, makes it really difficult for Ciara Cho to handle that ball. Gets a point for Kamiak. Jankowski still serving back there. That one's an ace. She hits that serve between Cho and Atwood. And we're looking for a volleyball. Hey, we've got one of those here. All right, Jankowski. Skibble, nice pass, about 11 off. Cho, oh, and that one gets through the block. Ciara Cho with a big swing and a kill. See those blockers get those hands up, and if they don't get the penetration over the net, what you'll see is that ball come down and drop on their side. What that blocker's looking to do is they're looking to push those hands up over the net and really put it straight back down. Gilbert, high pass run down by Gray. Roll shot over the top. Cho misfires. Eastwood digs it out of the net. Gilbert, great pass for Gray. Here's Flowers. Oh, what a block! Millie Doppelmayr and Ciara Cho. You could see that play coming, and that was probably its undoing. A beautiful set, beautiful connection from Flowers, but Doppelmayr and Cho all over it. Atwood with the serve. Through the hands of Kuntz. Gilbert keeps it alive. Jankakowski sends it about 34 feet back over the net. Doppelmayr, tip over the top, picked up by Pedersen, and lift called, and I don't like that. That ball popped straight up, and she played it straight back up, and was a good play by Pedersen. Gilbert, Gray, Pedersen with the slide footwork, and Katie Pedersen going back down that line. Haley Gilbert, who has had a fantastic year, at least in the matches that I've seen. She is a sophomore libero. Crittenden misfires on the pass a little bit, ends up sending a free ball. Jankakowski, Gray, quick in the middle for Hedlund, dug by Atwood. Eastwood with the bump set for Cho. She gets up high, but Hedlund and Gray had her covered. Back up to Cho again. This time the tip over the top. Pedersen runs it down. Nice job. Oh, and then the ball just got stuck. Pedersen didn't know where it was. She was ducking, trying to get out of the way. Gilbert couldn't get around her to send it over. And Eastwood at the service line for the T-Wolves. Haley Nelson checks in. She'll play a hit on the right side across the front row. She takes the place of Olivia Skibble. That serve just out of play. Caitlin Kuntz guides it out past the end line. We'll see Gregory take the place of Gray. She will serve and set for the Knights. And we'll see Hannah Canute come back into the front row in place of Kuntz. Sam Gregory right at the libero Atwood, about 13 feet off. Free ball coming from Cho. Gilbert, Gregory, quick in the middle for Hedlund. Dig by Eastwood. Atwood puts the set to the outside hitter, and Cho just pounds it. And it somehow comes off as some combination of the tape and the block and drops, and Ciara Cho is feeling it tonight. Ciara Cho, sorry, Ciara. We've done this before. My bad. Corinne Leon at the service line as she comes in to play a little defense across the back row in place of Cho. Gilbert pops this one up 11 feet off. Gregory, quick with those hands. You see her release gets quick and tight, and that's a little dangerous. A little bit low in the middle for Doppelmayr. She punches it over. Dig Jankakowski, back set for Canute, and it's in. The line judge right on top of that one saying it caught a piece of the line. Any part of the ball touches any part of the line. Even after the compression of the ball from the impact, that ball is judged to be in play. The line judge had a pretty good seat in the house to see that one. Leon, Eastwood, Crittenden off the block. Point for the senior Crittenden, and she's looking to get going again here. As Jackson has clawed their way back into this one. Kamiak had a big early run. Jackson working their way back in. Millie Doppelmayr, senior middle blocker at the service line. 5'9" senior middle blocker, but she is impressive. The girl gets up and she reads the game really well. Lizzie Hedlund back to serve for Kamiak. Quincy Flowers into the front row. Jankakowski, Flowers, and Canute. And as Canute playing the right side, Jankakowski at the outside hitter spot. That ball comes off the block, dig by Hedlund. Gregory pushes it outside for Jankakowski and rolls it along the tape, and it drops. Again, we see that release for Gregory starting to get real quick, real antsy. That's when she tends to get in trouble, but so far she's managed to keep it clean. Ooh, Hannah Canute takes care of that overfeed. Ball comes off of Crittenden, back up, and Hannah just goes up and directs that one into a hole. Lizzie Hedlund again. This ball passed up. Corinne Leon. Out of system set, roll shot from Crittenden, dug by Gregory, but not controlled. And Jackson gets off the hook. Smart out of system play by Crittenden. Just keep the ball alive, put it in a spot that's going to cause some trouble. You can't always score a point as a hitter. First responsibility is to take care of the ball. Your second responsibility is to keep the other team under pressure. Oftentimes that results in scoring a point. Perfect pass from Pedersen. Flowers punches it over. Nice job by Eastwood getting up on that. Young Kakowski tips it over the top. Eastwood for Crittenden. Dig Gilbert. Gregory. Young Kakowski rolls over the top. Dig Atwood. Eastwood. Crittenden through the block, and Gregory can't get down under it as that ball changes directions as it comes off the blocker. Just a little too quick for the defense to read, and Olivia Skibble at the service line for the T-Wolves. Pedersen, woo! That looked like it was going to be an overfeed. Somehow Gregory gets up, gets to it, gets it to Flowers, and Quincy Flowers just slaps that ball down for the kill. Great play by the setter Gregory there. Really tight pass. I thought it was going over the net. She got up, got her hands on it, and turned it into a kill for her middle hitter. Canute at the service line. Crittenden. That ball's about 14 off. She rolls over, and Pedersen, if she'd have gone low, she would have gotten it. She stays high and doesn't. And Crittenden with another intelligent play. That roll shot right into the middle of the court, really working for her here in set number 2. She goes back to the service line. Ciara Cho checks in to be the outside hitter in the front row. She's got Dimmelin in the middle and Eastwood, the setter, on the right side up there. Kamiak Jackson gives the ball back to Kamiak, and it's Jankakowski again for the Knights. Skibble, good pass. Eastwood with the tip, read by Jankakowski. Gray. Pedersen over the top, and again we see that play where either the defender goes to the ground and reaches instead of stepping to the ball, or steps and is too high. That read is an art form, figuring out how to get that first towards the dig. Eastwood, nice, a commanding lead. They did lose the first set. I think we may have lost some of you there for a couple minutes with some technical difficulties. We're back, and that's Ciara Cho. She's back. Caitlin Kuntz, a beautiful dig. Pedersen a little off the timing. Swings over the top, dig by Atwood. Skibble with the out-of-system set for Cho, who's just swinging away. Looks really good, really confident doing it. Katie Pedersen, dig Crittenden. Outside for Cho again. This one over the top. Dig Jankakowski. Nice job from Hedlund to pull that off the net. Roll shot again from Pedersen. Quick in the middle for Millie Doffelmeyer. Dig by Kuntz. Gray runs that down. Doesn't have a hitter there. Kuntz sends a free ball. Skibble. Eastwood. Oh, and Millie Doffelmeyer hammers it down off the block. And once again, you see those blockers not getting that penetration. That gives just that little bit of space for that hitter to get that ball between the blocker's hands and the net. Taylor Eastwood back to serve for Jackson. Jankakowski with the pass, Kuntz with the swing, and tough read there from Atwood as Caitlin Kuntz got all aggressive real quick there and gets a point for Kamiak. Defensive specialists usually don't get those, but that was a nice swing to a good spot. The setter had released, and Kuntz put it down quickly on the right side of Atwood, just enough out of her reach to get the kill. Gregory into the match for Sage Gray. Sam Gregory with the serve. Perfect pass from Crittenden. That ball back to the right side for Cho. Block had it covered. I'm not sure it cleared the tape there. Good back set from Eastwood, looking for Ciara Cho, who's been on fire here in set number 2. Good stretch for her there, Gregory. Ooh, that serves a funky one. Cho pops it up right into the middle of the court. Haley Nelson, big shot over the top. Dig Gilbert, set Gregory, kill Pedersen. Katie Pedersen gets up, displays that power again. So she hit a couple balls really hard early and then scored some points with the shot, and now she's going back to the power. You keep that defense guessing. That's what great hitters do. Gregory to Crittenden. Perfect pass for Eastwood. Quick in the middle, Doffelmeyer. Nice read from Jankakowski. Back set for Canute. Pushed over the top right on the setter, Eastwood. Atwood out of system set. Cho, big swing. Dig overfed by Gregory. Doffelmeyer tries to put it down. Hedlund won't allow it. Gregory to Pedersen. Now Crittenden. That ball's coming outside from Eastwood to Cho. She picks the ball up off the block. Atwood runs it down, and free ball from Nelson. Jankakowski. Gregory into the middle. Oh, that's Lizzie Hedlund looking for the corner, and it was just long. Hedlund looking for the touch. That was not detected either. And a smart play from the senior Headland as that corner was wide open. The execution just wasn't quite perfect enough. It was about 4.5 inches off. Leon, Jankowski, Gregory, right side for Pedersen, off the hands, dug by Leon. Eastwood, right side for Nelson, and that's a tough one when you're reaching across your body and the ball's behind you a little bit. You're not going to connect very well with that very often. Pedersen at the service line for the Knights as they try and get back into they try and close out set number 2. Nelson, swing out of the back row, dug by Gilbert. Nice set from Gregory for Canute, and that little slap shot, kind of a miss hit, falls right into the middle. And it's set point here for Kamiak as they're working to even it up at 1 set apiece. Atwood, Eastwood, Crittenden. Oh, Gregory was under it, but the angle was wrong, and Crittenden gets the kill. Haley Pistol checking into the match now. She's going to serve for Millie Doffelmeyer. Pistol, the freshman, swinging up from the JV team. Sorry, she's a sophomore swinging up from the JV team. Working on getting some experience, get those nerves, get into some good situations. But that's the end of set number 2. Kamiak takes it 25-17. And that leaves us at 1 set apiece. You know what that means? Bonus volleyball, everybody. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes right here on STSPN.com. Welcome back inside Jackson High School, and we've got a good one on our hands, everybody. Jackson took the first set 25-20, looked really impressive, really solid. Kamiak came back, returned the favor in set number 2, 25-17. Set number 3 coming up, Sam Gregory at the service line for the Kamiak Knights. She's had a good night so far, the setter. Well, the back row setter, Sage Gray, coming in to do some setting and blocking across the front row. Nice serve. Oh, that had some pepper. And the setter, Eastwood, trying to make her transition from behind the outside hitter there in rotation 1. Got a little hung up. Wasn't sure if that ball was going to drop. Reach out and touched it, and that's a service ace for Gregory. Atwood sprays that one wide, and Eastwood covers it. Ciara Cho, nice high point of contact. Gilbert pops it up. Free ball from Jankakowski. Atwood again. Good pass there. Outside for Cho off the block. And Jankakowski can't reach it. And Ciara Cho likes to play against Kamiak, apparently. That big high point of contact. She really is up high, making great contact with the ball tonight. She had a great match, was the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Match when Jackson won at Kamiak a couple weeks ago. And she looks really, really good tonight. Perfect pass from Gilbert to Gregory. Pedersen off the block. Gilbert can't handle it. And that's nice work from Doppelmayr and Crittenden to just get up and read that play perfectly. Nice set from Gregory, just a little too predictable. The block was all over it. Leon will serve for the T-Wolves. Gilbert. Pedersen on the right side again. This time she rolls it off the top. Atwood saw it just a little late. And that's a kill for the Knights. Katie Pedersen, senior outside hitter. Serving for Kamiak. Good serve cross court for Leon. That ball bump set. Crittenden keeps it alive. Pedersen, Gregory, outside for Jankakowski, and Jacqueline Jankakowski could see it coming. I think Coach Greg Post had his arms in the air celebrating just a split second before she contacted the ball. That set was perfect, right in the wheelhouse, very well played. Pedersen continues to serve for Kamiak. Atwood, Nelson, little bit of spin, no foul detected. Crittenden misfires into the net. Tough set to make across court from the deep corner to your outside hitter, but that's where you're taught to put the ball when you're out of system. You want that outside hitter to get the swings. Pedersen serving again. Atwood, better pass, Eastwood. Crittenden, slide footwork and punches it through the block and down. Nice job adjusting to the short inside set from Crittenden there. She steps inside, takes off of 1 foot, and pounds that ball through the block. It's the easiest way to get power as you're coming into that inside set. Instead of trying to use those last 2 steps of your approach to adjust and jump with 2 foot, you just turn, run the same footwork of Middlewood on a slide, and it works very well. Nice dig there from Eastwood. Great swing from Jankakowski. Free ball back over Pedersen. Gregory quick for Hedlund. Dig Eastwood again. Leon with the bump set. Nelson over the top. No touch detected. That's a point for the Knights. We've seen a lot of really good defense tonight. Atwood and Gilbert, the liberos, doing big chunks of it, but the setters getting involved as well. Sam Gregory and Taylor Eastwood have had some good plays tonight. Lauren Dimmelin slaps that one looking for the deep corner and is just off, and it's senior middle blocker Lizzie Hedlund continuing at the service line for Kamiak as they open up a little lead here early in set number 2. Or set number 3, pardon me. We already did set number 2. Eastwood, bump set for Nelson. Hedlund digs it. Pedersen, great bump set for Jankakowski. Roll over the top, pretty easy dig for Leon. There's a set for Crittenden, roll shot. And again, Gregory down on the ground needs to step towards the ball. And it sounds easy the way I say it. There's definitely an art to making that read. And what you want to think about as a defender is you want to wait until you know where that ball's going. And your first movement has to be in the direction of the dig. Not in the direction of the ball, but in the direction of the dig. Jankakowski pops that one up. Gregory, Canute, nice dig from Skibble. Oh, Quincy Flowers saw it all the way. Taylor Eastwood tries the cute little setter dump over the top. Flowers read the scouting report. She had that one covered. Canute comes back to serve. Sage Gray in to set across the front row for the Knights. Woo! Tough serve from Canute. She's been very good tonight. She is a sophomore outside hitter. Timeout for the Jackson Timberwolves as Kamiak's off to an early lead here in set number 3. We'll take a timeout too on STSPN.com.
VideoFide creates the ultimate outdoor protection system on batteries. The OMV is a totally wireless detector camera that can be installed anywhere without wires or power cables. When the motion sensor detects an intruder, the OMV sends video alerts of what caused the alarm to a central station for immediate review and dispatch. VideoFide delivers faster police response and protects remote assets by helping law enforcement catch the bad guy.
Welcome back to Jackson High School, where the Kamiak Knights have a commanding lead here in set number 3. They won set number 2, 25-17, after dropping the first set to the Jackson Timberwolves. Confidence is a tricky thing. It comes and goes. And when you're a team that's a little bit on a slide, it can be hard to find. A little momentum goes the other way, and you sometimes struggle to bring it back. Dimmelin does a nice job of keeping that ball off the ground. Good set from Leon. Crittenden with the swing. This one up over the top for Yankakowski. Dig by Skibble, set from Eastwood. Crittenden and Quincy Flowers. Holy Quincy, that was beautiful. Gets up, get that big penetration, and even though the angle was wrong, her hands were so far over the net. The angle was facing towards out of bounds. Her hands were so far over the net and facing down that ball got to the ground before it went out. Beautiful block from Flowers. Nice read, nice execution. Canute continues to serve for the Knights. Woo, that one's just a touch long. Ciara Cho will check into the front row for Jackson. Caitlin Kuntz checking into the back row for Kamiak. Alex Crittenden will serve for the Timberwolves. Gilbert, Gray. That set's pretty deep. Yankakowski gets a great swing on it regardless. There's Cho. That ball off the block, and Kamiak can't keep it alive. Ciara Cho swinging away tonight, and it's been fun to watch. She's done a very, very nice job with it. Talked about it before. That high point of contact that she has really enables her to get up and just hammer a ball down. Fun to watch her play. Yankakowski will come back to the service line for the Knights now. Greg Post making some adjustments. Looks like maybe some adjustments to his defense or telling his hitters something they didn't see. Working that seam between Skibble and Crittenden. Jacqueline Yankakowski finds an ace. Jacqueline has a wonderful habit of playing very, very well when I'm broadcasting, so I get to say her name a lot. It's helped me grow as a broadcaster, and I'm very appreciative of that. Beautiful dig there from Crittenden. Ciara Cho, and that one's off the block and out. Flowers thought they got a touch from the hitter. Didn't see it from my viewpoint, but my viewpoint's not very good on that one. It'll bring Atwood back to serve. So example, again, those hands were facing out towards the sideline. That time they didn't get quite enough penetration, and that ball goes out rather than drop into for a point for the Knights. Gilbert pops that ball up, chased down by Kuntz. Gilbert's going to get to send a free ball. Atwood, perfect pass for Eastwood. Cho, flat swing over the top, dug by Yankakowski. Good job from Gray to run it down. Pedersen with a tough angle, just couldn't cut it quite right there. The lefty Atwood at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. Good serve. Kuntz puts it up. Gray, beautiful job running that down. Pedersen gets a little bit of a lucky bounce through the block there, and it falls. But Sage Gray, gorgeous job at getting her feet to that ball. It came out of her hands beautiful and got a usable ball out for her outside hitter there, really making the play better. Gilbert. Atwood pops that one up. Crittenden runs it down. Little senior leadership there. Doffelmeyer. Easy one for Kuntz. Quick jump set in the middle, and it's Lizzie Headland. Smart play as she realized the timing was off for the swing. She gets that big hand up and just drives it right towards that tee at the 10-foot line in the sideline. Difficult spot for the defense to handle, and a great play from Headland. Crittenden, Eastwood, there's Doffelmeyer. Doffelmeyer touches it off the block. Eastwood digs. Atwood out of the back row. Crittenden, dig Kuntz, beautiful one. Out of the right side, fast tempo for Pedersen. Dig by Skibble. Eastwood bumps up for Cho, and she misfires. Tough play there. Good transition ball on both sides of the net till that last swing. Hey, you can't kill them all, Sierra. Haley Gilbert at the service line for the Knights. Misfires on that one. You see Haley Nelson coming back in for the Jackson Timberwolves. She'll take the place of Olivia Skibble. Taylor Eastwood back to the service line. Yankakowski about 14 feet off is the pass. Pedersen rolls it over the top. Dig by Crittenden. Nice job by Eastwood. Cho with the swing. Yankakowski under it. Bump set from Headland. And again, Pedersen stuck on a tough angle, falling out of the court and trying to roll that ball back and get it over the net. And it just didn't quite work for her that time. Eastwood continues to serve for the T-Wolves. Gilbert. Here's Gray to Pedersen again. Dug by Atwood. Crittenden, bump set for Cho, looking for the roll shot. No touch detected. That ball's into the tape. 4 contacts called against the Timberwolves. And Kamiak, Sam Gregory will check in to set and serve for the Knights. Anna Canute back in to play the front row. She takes the place of the sophomore defensive specialist Caitlin Kuntz. Whoo! Service ace for Sam Gregory. Beautifully done. Again, right into that seam. She's working between Atwood and Cho there. So that may be the one place where we're really missing Savannah Horton tonight, is in that serve receive, really that confident experience and all that time next to those hitters. Of course, when your server helps you out and gives you a ball that's 6 feet out of bounds, those are pretty easy to call. Corinne Leon checks into the match for the T-Wolves. She's been a good serving and defensive substitute for the T-Wolves through the course of the season. Haley Gilbert, Gregory, right side for Pedersen. Roll shot over the top, and that angle was tricky. Eastwood back on her heels, didn't see the change to the roll shot quite in time, and Pedersen still kept quite a bit of pace on it. Nice play from the senior outside hitter from Kamiak. Atwood, good pass. Doffelmeyer gets up. The timing was off. The ball got behind her. Wisely, she just reaches back, touches it over the top, looking for a hole in the middle of the defense. Caught everybody off guard with that one, and Millie Doffelmeyer gets the kill. She will come back to serve for the T-Wolves. That means Lauren Dimmelin's back in the front row as middle hitter for Jackson. Yankakowski, Gregory. Ooh, that one gets behind Headland. Free ball from her. Eastwood gets it. Crittenden, and Alex Crittenden hammers that one down. Nice job by Eastwood of keeping that middle froze, right? The ball gets outside with tempo. Crittenden gets a one-on-one or one-on-none connection. Easy swing for her. Great job by the setter to help create that. Here's Gregory up for a beautiful set for Yankakowski. Popped off the block. Doug Eastwood. Leon runs it down. Crittenden will send a free ball. Pedersen looking for Headland, and again, Lizzie Headland. Her game is not power. Don't let anyone tell you that, but her game is very crafty, very smart. She tips that ball going opposite corner this time. That tip can be effective from the middle because you can make changes at the very last instant. It's very difficult to read. Lizzie Headland, a master of that angle of contact. Atwood, perfect pass, and there's Millie Doppel. I'm sorry, that's Dimmelin. Lauren Dimmelin up over the top. She's a little more of a power player. Not that she doesn't have the finesse game, but Lauren Dimmelin possesses that really high point of contact and that really hard, powerful swing that'll keep the defense on its heels and open up some other things for her. Olivia Skibble. Pass from Yankakowski. Back set for Canute. Doug kept alive by Leon. Dug by Gilbert. Pedersen. Yankakowski over the top, and Leon can't handle that one. Tough ball dropping towards the end line. Just got hung up in Corinne Leon's hands. On a first contact, that's legal. Double contact is allowed, whereas on a second or third contact, it is not. But she just couldn't push it up high enough to really make it usable for her teammates. Hannah Canute has been very good from the service line tonight, which probably guarantees that I've been saying her name wrong the whole time. Right side, Skibble swings out of the back row. Dig Gilbert. Gray up. Yankakowski powers that one through the block, and Jacqueline Yankakowski swinging at that left pin like she's done it her whole career. Well, she has most of it. Very, very versatile hitter. She can swing left pin. She can swing right pin. She can hit the ball out of the back row. Very impressive young lady. Great, great young player for Kamiak. Leon, that ball's kept alive by Eastwood. Pedersen. Gray in the middle for Flowers, and Quincy Flowers just a little more than Olivia Skibble could handle there. And Kamiak is cruising here in set number 3. Jackson, who found their mojo early in this match. They looked like that Jackson team that went into Kamiak, got the 3-1 win. Kamiak got a little momentum. Things have changed up a touch, and Jackson trying to figure out how to get it back. Great way to start is with a perfect pass from Leon. And somehow that ball bounces around between Yankakowski and Flowers, bounces around the block a couple times and drops on the Jackson side. As they say, some days you're the dog, some days you're the hydrant. That can change from set to set in a volleyball match. One of the neat parts about it is no matter what happens here, we're going to come out for set 4, tied at 0-0. Dimmelin, free ball, Canute, Gray, quick in the middle for Flowers. Nice pickup from Leon. Crittenden, tip over the top, picked up by Flowers. Yankakowski's going to set for. She's going to roll it, touch off the block. Crittenden, Eastwood, back for Crittenden, and she hammers down the line. Nice play from Canute. Gray dumps, easily read. Back in the middle for Dimmelin. Easy one for Pedersen. Gray set for the outside. Yankakowski hammers it off the block. It rolls along the tape and out, and Jacqueline Yankakowski gets the kill for the Knights. Great defensive play from Canute there, and Jackson just can't find a break here in set number 3. There's a break for him. Hannah Canute just long with that one. She's been very aggressive from the service line, and so far you'd have to say that's paid off. Caitlin Kuntz into the match to play some defensive specialists for her. Alex Crittenden will serve for the T-Wolves. That means Ciara Cho's coming back into the front row with that high point of contact and that aggressive arm swing she's had tonight. Gilbert, Gray, Flowers. Oh, the solo stuff block. That's Lauren Dimmelin. Had that one covered. Beautiful play from the junior middle Dimmelin. You see Coach Greg Post is telling Quincy Flowers, you got to change the angle when she's up like that. Woo, Sage Gray, dig by Atwood. Outside for Cho, big swing, dig Gilbert. Gray dumps that one over. Eastwood gets a touch, and it's out of play. Smart play from the setter, Gray. Great dig on Atwood for her first time. Sage was going to score a point that one way or another. Might have been for her team, might have been for the other team. Worked out in her favor. Jacqueline Yankakowski serving for set 3 here for Kamiak. Crittenden, Eastwood, Cho, big swing and a big block from Quincy Flowers. And it's Kamiak 2, Jackson 1 after 3. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes on STSPN.com. Welcome back inside Jackson High School. The Timberwolves searching for their identity here against the Kamiak Knights. They looked very, very impressive in set number 1. That's the Timberwolves we're talking about. They've had flashes in 2 and 3. There are some really good pieces of this puzzle there. Their challenge right now is to put it all together, and the Kamiak Knights seem to have taken offense to the fact that Jackson came in to their home gym earlier in the season, took a 4-set victory. They're looking to return the favor here in set number 4. Jackson will start with the serve. Tonight's match on STSPN.com is brought to you in part by the brand new Uprising Volleyball Training Center. We got a beach volleyball court moving into Mukilteo. It's going to be awesome. 3616 South Road. We're looking to have the facility open in November. Check out uprisingvolleyball.com for more information about that. And hey, if you're just hanging out this week and you want to come help build a volleyball facility, we can use all the help we can get. Check it out, uprisingvolleyball.com. Corinne Leone, serve to Haley Gilbert. Sam Gregory, bump set for Pedersen. Easy free ball from Pedersen. Nelson, this one going outside to Crittenden, and Alex Crittenden slams that ball right down the line. And I think that was literally right down the line, just on the outside of Sam Gregory's right hip, and she was slid pretty far to the right. Corinne Leone will serve again for the T-Wolves. Jankowski, Gregory, nice set for Canute, and there it is. That's Doffelmeyer and Nelson getting up on that one. And judging by her reaction, I'm pretty sure that was Millie Doffelmeyer that got that one. She was fairly excited. Corinne Leone got Jackson off to a good start here in set number 4. Another good serve. Jankowski with a good pass. Gregory, right side for Pedersen. Doffelmeyer can't penetrate but keeps it alive. Roll shot from Crittenden, dug by Canute. Outside for Pedersen from Gregory. She rolls it off the hands of Eastwood and out. And that's a point for the Knights, their first of set number 4. We have seen long rallies tonight. Good defense from both of these teams. Not to say they don't have power, not to say they don't have good hitters, but the defense has been up to the challenge tonight on both sides. Here's Crittenden off the block, and that's Hedlund and Canute getting that one. Nicely formed double block. Crittenden trying to make something out of that set, just couldn't quite work her way around it. Atwood, Eastwood, right side for Nelson, dig Gilbert. Gregory backs up for Canute, slapped across, and Eastwood can't get under it. Gilbert with a beautiful dig. Nice set from Gregory. And Hannah Canute's had herself a night. We've mentioned that she's a sophomore. We've mentioned that she's an outside hitter, except right now she's a right side hitter. She was in the last set too, and has looked good over there. Greg Post, Kamiak head coach, not afraid to swap his hitters between pins. Whoa, Haley Nelson is listed as an outside hitter. Mindy Staudinger, head coach at Jackson, has her hitting at the right pin, and when she can do that, it looks like a pretty good idea. She had a really good match at Kamiak, has been a little quiet here tonight. She'll look to get more involved as Jackson look to get back in and force a set number 5. Gilbert pops that ball up. Jankowski had an opportunity to dive into the Jackson student section. For some reason, chose not to take advantage of that opportunity, and it's a point for the T-Wolves. Doffelmeyer, ball off the tape, and a service ace for the senior middle, Millie Doffelmeyer. I don't know that I have enough nice things to say about this kid. She works hard. At 5'9", she is a very effective middle hitter. Gilbert Bump set from Headland, sent over by Pedersen, kept alive by Atwood and crushed by Hannah Canute. What a swing. Aggressive on the overfeed. Knew the other half of the court was wide open and just hammered that ball down. Headland to the service line for the Knights. Leon. Eastwood slapped over and out, and Dimmelin just can't quite find that one. Timing was a little off. That ball maybe would like to be a little higher, just a little more in front of her for her to really get that full arm swing. But a good middle can slap that slightly offset into the corner with some authority. There's a set, and it was a bump set from Leon, setting Crittenden, who I thought for a second was playing out of the back row there, but she's your front row outside hitter. Just misfired as she tried to read the high floating set. And Lizzie Headland continues from the service line for the Kamiak Knights. Back set, nice one for Nelson. Dig Canute. Gregory. Yankakowski gets a nice high point of contact. Great dig from Leon. She gets the arm swing. Pedersen with the dig. Gregory back set for Flowers, and the big approach had everyone on their heels, and at that last second, she just picks that elbow up and nice and gentle puts it right into a hole. Good play from Quincy Flowers there. Get the kill for Kamiak. Headland down the line, Crittenden. Ooh, Eastwood keeps it alive, and Gregory doubles that one as she maybe tried to do a little bit too much with it. Jackson. Olivia Skibble steps in to serve for the Knights. Or for the T-Wolves, sorry, I got my teams backwards there for a second. Gregory pops that ball up for Yankakowski. Dig by Crittenden. Eastwood sets Skibble out of the back row. Dig Gilbert. Gregory, sprays that one wide, and that was going to take a lot for Canute to bring that one back. She couldn't quite get there, and Skibble will continue to serve. Perfect pass from Pedersen, and there's Quincy Flowers, and there's the power, right? That's the swing that opens up that little tip. As a defender, you have to respect that. That ball's going to get there fast, so you have to stay and wait until you know. And then it's all about how late can she show that tip. Very, very good work out of Flowers tonight. Here's Canute to serve for the Knights. Just a bit long. There was some space there she was aiming for. Just didn't quite have the precision to put it into the hole. Crittenden will come back to serve for Jackson. Ciara Cho checks into the front row. She's been very effective tonight. Big high contact, big arm swing, and she just swings away. Sage Gray sets up, and that's a weird rotation where she's on that left side of the front row, pushed over there, trapped by her hitter, and that serve receive. She doesn't get her hips around to face her outside hitter. She generally takes that ball facing the right pin, which is somewhat unique. That time she took matters into her own hands. I believe unofficially that is her second kill of the night. Eastwood can't quite get that ball into a playable spot for Cho. It's out of play. And Kamiak nipping out a little lead here. Jacqueline Yankakowski at the service line, waiting for a volleyball that has now appeared. And she just misfires on that one. Crittenden goes to the line with it and then watches it drop harmlessly out of play. Lauren Atwood at the service line. Got Dimmelin and Cho are your front row hitters with the setter Eastwood. That ball comes off the block. I'm sorry, it's Doffelmeyer, not Dimmelin. Ciara Cho, again, that big high point of contact. That ball off the block, and Gilbert can't get under it. And Ciara Cho has been their go-to hitter since about halfway through set number 2. So you see some of the other options shutting down, but Ciara Cho has kept scoring points for Jackson. Caitlin Kuntz, beautiful pass. A little bit too high on the set from Gray. Eastwood puts that one in a corner. And I've been waiting for that one from Taylor Eastwood. She likes that left-handed. She hits that ball hard. Timeout for the Kamiak Knights. We'll be back. We got a good one here in set 4 on STSPN.com.
I'm the chairman for the Texas Police Chiefs Association Alarm Committee. When we talk about what this definition is and what it means to them and their response for alarms. You know, number one, it lets them truly prioritize the alarms. The alarms that don't come to them fitting that definition as a verified alarm, it will allow them to set those alarms to a priority that they probably give alarms already down there on the bottom of the call stack. But the calls that truly do merit a higher response, those get pushed to the top, those get the response they need to actually make arrests.
And we are back here on STSPN.com. We're at Jackson High School. If you're watching, you're getting a pretty good treat here. Jackson and Kamiak. Kamiak up 2-1. Jackson fighting for their life here in set number 4. It's been some very, very good defense on display from both sides. Some really smart play. It's fun to watch high school volleyball this time of year. The teams are in mid-season form. They're getting ready for the playoffs. The ball starts to look really, really good. Kuntz puts that one up. Gray can't run it down. And Jackson opening up a little lead here in set number 4, trying to force us to a fifth and decisive set to 15. They've still got quite a bit to work to do. Lauren Atwood at the service line looks like she's up to the challenge. Great serve. Jankakowski with a good pass. Gray dumps it, and that one's going to get the call. So the lift called against Ciara Cho, and that ball you reach back behind your head and make contact, and then the arm moves forward, was still in contact with the ball until it's somewhere in front of your head, is deemed to be a catch and throw. Good call there. Perfect pass from Crittenden, and quick in the middle, and Millie Doffelmeyer. That set was maybe a touch low from Eastwood, and Millie says, that's all right. There's a big old hole over there. I'm just going to put that ball right there. Taylor Eastwood will serve. Haley Nelson back into play right side. Nelson, Cho, and Doffelmeyer's your front row for the Jackson Timberwolves. Haley Nelson just about got the ace. Katie Pedersen makes a great play to keep it from being an ace, but then the Knights waste the opportunity to keep that ball alive, and Jackson's on a roll with the setter Eastwood at the service line. That aggressive serve giveth, and that aggressive serve taketh away. Ask, aren't these players, after all their hours of training, after all the work they put in, can these players just put the ball in every time? And the answer is probably 99% of the time. But you have to walk that line. If you do that, that's too easy for the other team's offense, right? So you have to really work to keep that other team under pressure so that your defense can get an advantage. What a swing from Nelson. What an up from Gilbert. Holy smokes. That one's run down by Atwood off the dig from Eastwood. Free ball sent from Eastwood, Jankakowski. Gregory outside. Pedersen smokes that one down the line. And Katie Pedersen, I mean, you got to be careful if you're playing defense on that right side against her. She sends that ball right about nose height, and it comes fast. Gregory with the serve now for Kamiak. Atwood kept alive by Cho. Crittenden takes a swing out of the back row. Gilbert gets under it. Gregory, right side for Canute. That ball's popped up off the block, kept alive by Headland, and a little misfire on the Kamiak side there. And that's a point for Jackson. Coach Greg Post was not pleased with what he saw out of that out-of-system play there.
Corinne Leon comes on for Jackson.
Corinne Leon will come in to serve for the Jackson Timberwolves. She is a sophomore defensive specialist. Got a ton of playing experience this year. Roll shot from Canute, decked by Doffelmeyer. Outside with some tempo from Crittenden. All she can do is get up and just punch it through, and it comes off the block of Canute. I'm pretty sure that ball would have gone out. Presence of mind, maybe the blocker just keeps their hands down on that one when they see how much trouble the hitter's in. But the senior Crittenden, the wily play to score the point there for the Timberwolves. Gregory, nice job, bump set, get that back across. One-handed dig from Eastwood. Play out of the back row, there's Leon. Free ball for Gilbert. Gregory, quick in the middle. Timing was just a touch off to Headland. Easy dig for Eastwood. Big swing, Nelson. Nice dig, Gregory. Bump set from Gilbert. Canute from the right side. Off the block, dig Atwood. Outside now for Crittenden. Tries the roll shot. Was a little farther off the net than she thought she was, and that one misfires. Katie Pedersen back to the service line for Kamiak. Atwood Eastwood. Nelson, Haley Nelson. That's a great swing from about 9 feet off the net. Pulls a sharp angle and finds the sideline. Really nice job from Haley Nelson, the senior outside hitter playing right side for Jackson. That brings Millie Doffelmeyer, the senior middle blocker, back to the service line. Gilbert, Gregory, Jankakowski, Doffelmeyer with the dig. Eastwood, free ball from Nelson. Dealt with by Pedersen. Right side now for Canute. Touches that ball up over the top, and it was outside of the antenna and outside of the court. And if any part of the ball touches or travels over any part of the antenna, that ball is considered out of play. Millie Doffelmeyer will continue to serve for Jackson. They're getting closer and closer to forcing a set 5. Gregory for Canute. Oh, and Nelson just couldn't quite get that one on her hands. She was a little late in her transition. That ball came a little faster than expected, and she couldn't get the hands up to effectively handle it. Lizzie Headland back to serve for Kamiak. Crittenden. Eastwood, right side for Nelson. Nice up from Pedersen, but nobody else could get to it as she laid out right in front of Gregory, who was the player who had the best opportunity at the second ball. Gregory wasn't willing to step on her teammate to go make that play happen. Don't blame her, really. Oftentimes those plays don't end well. Olivia Skibble in to serve for the T-Wolves. Good pass from Pedersen. Here's Jankakowski. Oh, what a dig from Leon. The outer system set, hit by the setter, Eastwood. Free ball from Pedersen. There's Skibble. Eastwood back for Skibble. Dig Pedersen. Gregory, right side Knutson, and that ball drops. Lauren Dimmelin didn't like it, but that ball definitely dropped inside the sideline, and a nice swing once again from Hannah Canute, we're going to go with. Canute, I don't know, Hannah, I'm sorry. Crittenden. Eastwood, overset. Flowers patient with it. Gives it to Gray. Outside now for Jankakowski. Off the block, picked up by Pedersen. Pedersen sends a free ball. Skibble picks it up. Eastwood sets, looking tight for Crittenden. She does a nice job to keep it alive. Flowers picks that ball up. Nice job, a good dig by Skibble on the roll shot from Jankakowski. Crittenden now. Gilbert. Gray. Jankakowski off the hands. Leon. Eastwood. Good set, and the tip from Crittenden, and the wily senior outside hitter scores for Jackson. We've seen her repertoire tonight, and it's pretty impressive. She's got the tools in her hitting arsenal. She's got the tools in the tool shed, and she's showing us tonight she knows how to use them. Good work from the senior Crittenden there. Gilbert, Gray, setting Kuntz out of the back row, just slaps the ball into the middle of the court, kept up by Atwood. Dimmelin rolls this ball over the top, dig Gilbert. Outside now for Jankakowski, and she goes long, looking for some hands. No touch detected. Crittenden will continue to serve for the Timberwolves. Pedersen and Sage Gray, and Crittenden saving the pretty there, keeps that ball alive. Now Jankakowski down the line. What a dig by Atwood. Eastwood outside, Ciara Cho adjusts. Nice dig from Kuntz. Gray, sets the libero, that's a bummer. She can't hit the ball above the height of the net. Ciara Cho can, and Katie Pedersen can't get under it. Nice swing from Ciara Cho. We've seen her. She's been fearless tonight. She gets up there. She is a junior. Listed as an outside hitter, middle blocker. Quick in the middle for Flowers, and almost under it was Skibble. It did look like that ball did catch a piece of the floor. Any part of the ball touches the floor, and that ball is down, regardless of the best effort of the player serving up the pancakes out of the back. Jankakowski will serve for Kamiak. Crittenden, that's an overfeed, and that's an easy kill for Katie Pedersen. The senior's been quiet here in set number 4. And that leads to a Jackson timeout. They're in control here, trying to force a 5th set. We'll be right back on STSPN.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Welcome back inside Jackson High School. We talked about it a little bit earlier. This is starting to look like playoff volleyball now. Jackson fighting for their lives, trying to force a fifth set. Playoffs are just around the corner. If you want STSPN broadcasts of your playoff matches, get in touch with our producer, Todd. Contact information's on STSPN.com. We need some community support to help pay the district fees and things of that nature. Jacqueline Yonkakowski at the service line. Olivia Skibble. That ball is kept in play by Demelin, and Ciara Cho can do no wrong. She gets up and just drops that ball right on the end line. Everything she hits is turning into a point here for Jackson, and man, when you got a player who's playing like that, you just keep feeding your hot hand. Lauren Atwood back to serve for the T-Wolves. Perfect pass from Caitlin Kuntz. Katie Pedersen, the stuff block is out of play. Doffenmeyer had it read. Eastwood was there with her, but the hand angle was toward the sideline, not back into the court, and that's a point for the Knights. Haley Gilbert at the service line. Crittenden, Eastwood, Ciara Cho, nice dig from Kuntz. Gray brings it back. Pedersen sends the free ball. Skibble. Back set for Doffenmeyer. Tip over the top, reared and dug by Yonkakowski. Sage Gray going for the dump. Ciara Cho and Millie Doffenmeyer had it covered, and they get the block for the point. Beautiful play from the Jackson defense. Sage Gray thought she was just going to flip that ball into a hole. The blockers did their job nicely, and the substitution is waved off for Jackson as they didn't get there in time. The serve from Eastwood, Sage Gray. Oh, that ball right in between the hitters, kept alive by Pedersen. Outside now, here's Ciara Cho off the block, and we're going to 5 here on STSPN.com. Stay with us, everybody. We got a fifth set to 15 coming up. This is about as good as it gets. We'll be right back on STSPN.com. Welcome back inside Jackson High School, where we're going to set number 5. This is what you dream of every time you come out to broadcast a volleyball match. Fifth set is played to 15. You must win by 2 points. It will, and I do believe, maybe it's different in high school, I do believe we will switch sides after 8 points, but we'll have to see if they do that in the high school rules or not. Know in club volleyball that is part of the process. Also got word that Glacier Peak and Lake Stevens are going to 5 sets. That would make Wesco really interesting, and that would set us up for a very, very interesting match on Thursday night for the STSPN broadcast of Lake Stevens at Monroe. That could be for that number 1 seed going into districts. Corinne Leon at the service line for the Jackson Timberwolves. She'll get us started here in set 5. Jacqueline Yonkakowski, Sam Gregory. There's Hannah Canute with a roll shot over the top. Alex Crittenden, dug by Gilbert. Gregory dumps, Leon reads, Eastwood. Right side for Nelson, and Nelson, no touch detected. That's a point for the Knights. Ball came out at a really strange angle. I thought it came off the block, but the answer is no, it did not. Katie Pedersen in the service line. Senior outside hitter has been good tonight. Millie Doffelmeyer, timing was a little off, and she's looking for that sideline. Thought she had it for a second there, but it was judged to be just out of play. Looked like the correct call from way up here. Pedersen, Atwood, tough one, and that was judged to have been touched by Yonkakowski. And Gregory gets up, keeps that ball alive, but touches the, she's going to get an illegal back row attack. So the setter's in the back row. That means that she may not contact an attacking ball above the height of the net. If the ball goes onto the opponent's half of the court, that is considered an attacking ball. That was what happened to Gregory there. And Millie Doffelmeyer will serve for the Timberwolves. Gilbert, Yonkakowski, now Canute. Dug by Eastwood. Smart free ball there. Haley Nelson, right side. That ball comes off the tape. Was judged not to have gone over the net. Point for Kamiak. Lizzie Headland, senior middle, to the service line. Float serve. Pass from Crittenden. Quick in the middle for Dimmelin, and Lauren Dimmelin. That was a nice play. Not quite perfect, caught just a little bit of the tape with it. That timing is still getting better between Eastwood and Dimmelin, but man, you can see they've got one more year together. It's going to be good for Jackson for the rest of this year and through next year. Yonkakowski, Gregory, back for Canute, and that ball's off the block and drops. Sage Gray will check in for Kamiak. Hannah Canute will serve. Corinne Leon. Eastwood. Well, dig by Canute. Sage Gray. Yonkakowski off the block. Gray with the set again. Flowers roll shot dug by Crittenden. Quick in the middle for Dimmelin, dug by Gilbert. Gray looking for Yonkakowski. Touch right. Eastwood kept alive by Dimmelin. Free ball from Leon. Deep corner, Canute. Gray into the middle for Flowers, and Quincy Flowers puts that one on the floor. Little bit slower tempo in the middle with Flowers and Gray connecting there. You want that middle attack to be fast a lot of the time, but you watch University of Washington had 2 of the best hitting percentages in the country with their middles last year, running a higher set in the middle. So it is starting to become more and more popular at the higher level. Alex Crittenden puts that ball on the floor. She gets a little piece of the block. It drops in front of the defenders. Brings Ciara Cho back into the front row for Jackson. Caitlin Kuntz is into the back row for Kamiak. Alex Crittenden at the service line for the Timberwolves. Gilbert, Gray, she was swinging the whole way, and Jackson just couldn't dig it. That's, again, we talked about that earlier, where she's coming from that left side. She doesn't get those hips around, and when that set is outside, or the pass is outside to the right side of the court, she has very few options. Yonkakowski with the serve for Kamiak. Skibble Eastwood. Right side, Lauren Dimmelin. Beautiful dig by Gilbert as it comes off the block. Bump set for Pedersen. Dig Atwood. Pushed over by Eastwood. Dig Kuntz. Quick in the middle for Flowers. Nice job by Cho getting under it. Free ball from Crittenden. Jankakowski. Bump set now for Pedersen. Kept alive by Skibble. Bump set from Crittenden. And Cho puts it down off the block. And Kamiak just can't keep it alive. What a rally. We've seen a lot of that tonight. These two teams both swinging, playing at a very high level. Jackson, when they're confident, when they're playing, when they're moving well, when they look loose and free, they're very, very good. We're seeing that in set 4 and again here in set 5. Sage Gray, high set for Flowers. Atwood, when Skibble can't connect for a dig there. When you got a player who jumps like Flowers, sometimes the tendency is just to set high and let her jump over everybody. Not a bad strategy in that situation. Gilbert. Skibble. Out of system. Cho, Crittenden elects to just send a free ball. Gilbert. Gray. Ooh, that ball's into the hole between her hitters. Dig from Gray on the dump from Eastwood. Swing from Pedersen off the tape. Fools everybody. That one's a hard one to read. It's a hard one to do. Timeout for the Timberwolves. 8-4 Kamiak. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here on STSPN.com. Welcome back inside Jackson High School. Kamiak Knights up 8-4 here in set number 5. We're playing a 15. You must win by 2. Kamiak with some fifth set experience already on the season. Notably a big win early in the season against Monroe and a really tough, really tight loss to Lake Stevens. That's the very same week, I believe, if not the very next match. Haley Gilbert at the service line for Kamiak. Crittenden. Perfect pass for Eastwood. Quick for Millie Doffelmeyer. What a swing and what a set from Eastwood. And let's not forget the pass from Crittenden. You can't run fast and deceptive like that without a perfect pass. Beautiful play for the T-Wolves. Haley Nelson checks in. Eastwood goes back to serve. Jankakowski, perfect pass for Gray. Lizzie Hedlund puts it off the block, kept alive by Kuntz. Pedersen tips that one over right onto the center. Eastwood, bump set from Atwood. Haley Nelson swings out of the right side and connects. Gilbert can't get under it. Smart plays from Kamiak as they put that free ball right on the setter Eastwood all the time. Really smart plays. Jackson, though, up to the challenge, playing out of system with it. Kuntz with the perfect pass for Kamiak. Right in the middle, Hedlund pounds that one off the block, dug by Nelson. Set Eastwood outside for Cho. Big strong swing. Doug Jankakowski. And Gray can't pull it off the net. And Ciara Cho with another kill. Taylor Eastwood back at the service line for Jackson. Oh, the shorty. Kuntz does a nice job of getting under it. Out of system set from Pedersen for Hedlund. Dig Atwood. Outside now for Cho, and Ciara Cho ties it up at 8. Fearless. Best word I've got for her performance tonight. She's been absolutely fearless. Big and strong. High point of contact. Big swing. She's been very, very good. Caitlin Kuntz. Sage Gray. Katie Pedersen down the line with an answer. Sam Gregory and Hannah Knutdale check into the match for Kamiak. Gregory will set across the back row. Knutdale play right side with Pedersen on her left and Lizzie Hedlund in the middle. Ooh, Atwood. Nice job by Eastwood to get that out. She feeds Cho. Dig by Gilbert. Gregory runs it down. Free ball from Knutdale. Looked like it was going to be out of play. Cho with the pass. Doffelmeyer Dig Yonkakowski. Gilbert keeps it alive, and that's going to be 4 contacts, and Jackson ties it up again. Corinne Leon into the match in place of Cho. She will serve and play some defense. Gilbert, Yonkakowski, and Pedersen in the serve receive for Kamiak. Gilbert, Gregory, and Knute run into each other. Pedersen gets the swing. Dig Eastwood. Atwood. Outside for Crittenden. Off the block and dug up. Leon out of system set. Right back to the senior outside Crittenden. Gregory and Headland both had the read on that one. Knute swing from the right side. A little bit of finesse and right into the hole. Beautiful play from Hannah Knute. Nice job. And what a 5th set we've got on our hands here. Katie Pedersen. Leon. Eastwood looking for Doffelmeyer. Rolled over the top. Doug Gregory. Gregory bumps at Gilbert. To Knute, dug back up. Here's a free ball from Yonkakowski. Right on Eastwood again. Out of the outside, Crittenden misfires, and Kamiak 11-9, regaining some of that lead. Secret to the early season win against Monroe, according to Coach Post, was that his team was calmer down the stretch. Haley Nelson, nice dig from Gilbert. Right side for Knute, tip off the block. Nice up from Doffelmeyer. Out of system set from Leon. Crittenden hammers that one out of the block. Gregory makes a dig. Gilbert, bump set, looking for Yonkakowski. Jacqueline Yonkakowski right down the line. What a swing and what an angle to turn that ball on as she's falling, reaching into the court. Turns that wrist, that point of contact to pull that ball back towards the line. Great play from Yonkakowski. Crittenden. Eastwood backs up for Doffelmeyer, and Millie Doffelmeyer. Timing didn't look quite perfect. Millie Doffelmeyer was not going to let that ball stay in play, though. She was going to get a point one way or another. She goes back to serve for her Timberwolves. Gilbert, perfect pass for Gregory. Ball's up, and Jacqueline Yonkakowski got up almost like she had time to look around, have a cup of coffee, decide where she was going to put that ball. At the end of the day, the answer was on the floor in the fastest manner possible. Lizzie Headland serving for the Knights. Crittenden, tough one, and that's, yeah. So Eastwood trying to make this set. It was Quincy Flowers reaches over the net, touches that ball in the opponent's space. That is not allowed. That is a point for the Jackson Timberwolves. We've had some really good rule clarifications tonight. Some great calls here. Olivia Skibble serves for Jackson. Right side, Knute. Dig by Atwood, and Leon can't bring it down, and Lauren Atwood would like to have that one back. She got her flat, high platform, not behind the ball, didn't push it forward. Match point for Kamiak. Jackson calls a timeout. We'll stay right here because this feels like the playoffs, right? You want to have us broadcast your team's match in the playoffs, so grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, whoever you got around the country, overseas, wherever, can watch the broadcast. You need to get in touch with us at STSPN.com. Get on STSPN.com, check out the contact page. Here's what we need. We need a little help. We need a company to step forward, help us pay some of the broadcast fees and costs associated with making these happen. All right, so it's not a lot of money. We're not talking big dollars. This isn't ESPN. This is STSPN, right? But we need a little help. So if you would like to have a broadcast of your playoff match, yes, I'm talking to you, Jackson. Yes, I'm talking to you, Kamiak. Get in touch with us. Let's make it work. All right, here we go. Match point, set number 5. Hannah Knute has had herself a fantastic night at the service line for Kamiak. Oh, and it's just long. I thought for a minute it was going to find that in line. It just floated and floated and floated and kept floating about 1.5 inches too far. That brings the senior, Alex Crittenden, to the service line for the T-Wolves. The match on the line, no room for error. Gilbert, Gray, Yonkakowski, and she finds the floor, and Kamiak 15-12 in the fifth. That's our final, everybody. What a match. It's time to start getting ready for the playoffs. But first, we got our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Match coming up next on STSPN.com. Welcome back inside Jackson High School, where the Kamiak Knights came to town and took a 5-set thriller, 15-12 in the fifth. I'm here with our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Match, the captain for the Kamiak Knights, Miss Katie Pedersen. Katie, you guys put together an incredible all-around performance tonight. Talk to us about some of the things that went really, really well for you out there.
Just one of our main goals this game was to play for each other, and I thought that we did a really good job of playing for each and every person on the team. So it was good for that.
Very nice job. So coming up, one thing that really looked to stand out, and something that we've seen out of you guys before, you guys were really kind of loose and maybe even a little fearless through that fifth set. Talk to me about your mindset. What kind of things were you guys talking about coming out into set 5?
We just knew that we were totally prepared, that we have the tools that we were given in practice, and so we just had to execute it on the court, and we knew that we could get it if we just did what we did in practice.
That's phenomenal, Katie. Great job tonight. Congratulations to you and your teammates. Good luck for the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll see you guys again in the playoffs. That's it for us from Jackson High School, where Kamiak came in and took a 5-set thriller, 15-12 in the end. On behalf of our producer, Todd Elvig, our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Match, Katie Pedersen, I'm Matty Bishop. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back Thursday night with Monroe and Lake Stevens from Lake Stevens here on STSPN.com. Great job, kid. Well done.